Hey girl, hey. Welcome to Taste of Taylor.
Turdy.
You know what? Today it's Taste of Turdy. This is our first official Taste of Taylor in the Thursday spot. Okay, did you recently see, what's her name? Laura Dern said that she calls Reese Witherspoon for everything. Love advice, friend advice, family advice, and especially career advice. You and Stassi are the Reese Witherspoons.
That's really sweet.
To my Laura Dern.
I'm so honored to be here. Taste of Turdy is going to be such a great episode. You guys are going to absolutely love what you hear. I just know it.
So you were the first official guest since the relaunch.
Big day.
Big day. So let me just quickly explain to everybody what's going on. So Taste of Taylor, so guess what? The fucking name that I hated forever is now the name of literally everything.
And the entire time that you have been in this business, I have told you that the name of your podcast is so good. Some of these bitches out here with their terribly named podcasts, and like you're over here with an amazing name being so self-conscious about it.
Thank you.
So you need to get over it.
Well, I'd say the reason that you are here is because if it wasn't for you and Jackie, we would not be here today in this moment. No, you guys seriously were like the architects for all of this moving forward. And it took me what?
Years.
2 years.
We've been talking about it for 2 years.
It took me 2 years. But I hated the name. I also didn't really know what to do. But basically, I've had split brands essentially for 7 years, 8 years. And it was finally time to marry the two together.
The thing is, you were fired from Sirius, not to bring up your trauma.
Wow, not to trigger me.
Fired with so little warning that when you did pick up the pieces, like you just were so, I think, shell-shocked.
Yes.
That you just sort of like wanted to get back out there on the air. People were missing you.
Yes.
And now, 7 years later, is that how long it's been since you?
Yeah, got fired.
We finally got it together.
It only took us 7 years.
That's literally me. Like everything takes me a decade.
That's not true. You guys, wait. So is it Jackie that gets the credit for the decisiveness in the branding of the toast?
I will say decision paralysis, which is a phrase Ben has recently taught me, is my biggest issue. I
did not
am
know this.
always torn between two things. And that's why it's so great to have like a rabbi, not like a rabbi. That's like a phrase in my family we use for like a mentor. Like, like somebody who you really look up to. And like that's, for me, that's Jackie. I call him like, these are my two options. Just which fucking one do I pick?
Well, I remember back in the day when I was asking about this, you were like, I cannot help you. We must call Jackie.
I'm like, we have to add in Jackie, dial her in.
So we did. And she is so brilliant and decisive and really like, got my shit together after that meeting. Well, and then 2 years later, here we are. So basically, here's what's happening with Taste of Taylor. So Taste of Taylor, of course, you're here. It's Thursday. This is going to be an in-studio Taste of Taylor. So it's always with like a celebrity.
Yes.
And then, but Taste of Taylor is now available Monday through Friday.
That's huge.
Friday is for Patreon only.
Okay.
And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like, you get like a little snippet of what the Patreon members get of the show. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can listen right here. Thursday, you get the full episode. And then Friday is for Patreon only. So here we are, baby.
So is Patreon still patreon.com/The Tyler Strecker Show? Or is it now patreon.com/Taste of Taylor?
Taste of Taylor. And you have to also follow at Taste of Taylor because now we have an actual fucking podcast account, which is everything.
It's everything.
11.4 and climbing.
I love it.
Okay, so the hardest thing in doing all this was the artwork, right?
Yeah, especially when you're women of semaglutide, as we both are.
Girl.
Wait, can I just tell you, I saw someone the other day pronounce it semaglutide.
You know what? It is.
I know. And when I say someone, I mean like a doctor in a commercial. And I was semaglutide.
We've been saying it wrong all along. Yep.
Semaglutide.
Semaglutide. GLP-1. Ozempic.
When you are a lady of Ozempic and you are a podcaster, which I think it's like just me and you. And
it's just us.
Who else? Like literally just us.
That's it.
And you need artwork and your weight is constantly changing. So we did a rebrand like a little while ago.
I know. What would you say? Like a year ago? It went from
it was 2 years ago.
The morning toast to the toast.
To the toast. And we got new artwork. And I would say I was like halfway through my Ozempic journey.
Yeah.
Do I wish we waited like 4 more months? Yeah. But could it be worse? Also, yeah.
Correct. Yes. I feel that in my bones.
So I have sympathy for you because like filming, because then sometimes like if you take your artwork at a place where you're really skinny and then you like inevitably gain weight.
Exactly.
Every time you look at your artwork, which is every day because this is your job, like you feel sad.
Yeah.
Or you photograph yourself at like a high weight.
Yep.
And then you feel like annoyed because you look snatched now and you wish that that's what everybody saw when they listened to your podcast.
Correct.
So I guess like when you have disordered eating like we do, like you just really shouldn't take pictures.
Hello, you should have a cartoon.
By the way, cartoon is where it's at. Like everybody with their podcast cover arts with like these little cartoons, animations.
Yes.
Clearly people with self-image issues.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm obsessed. Because sorry to cut you off.
No, go.
When I was first, this is actually so embarrassing. When I was first starting out like blogging in college and like I was like having logos made, obviously I was like, I need a cartoon. That's like what you do.
Right.
And I had this really cute illustrator. She helped me make like, it was a girl with no job and there was like the city and it was really, really cute. And then next to Girl with No Job, and this was like the banner of my blog and stuff. There was like a cartoon of me wearing like leggings and I had my phone and like my big hair. And she had drawn me like flatteringly, but like accurate.
Right.
And I was like, that. And I was like, oh, can you just like trim me down so much so? And I kept making edits to the points where like it was a stick figure. And like when people would come and like see me in person, I actually made my like logo cartoon. She was emaciated. Meanwhile, in real life, I was getting like bigger and bigger with every day. And I was like, no, I'm the cartoon.
It was like you were like Bethany Frankel, skinny girl.
And I was so skinny.
Wait, have you ever seen the cartoon version of the Taylor Strecker Show? Which, I mean, as of now, rest in peace. TTSS is gone forever.
Show me. Have you ever seen Tay TV? And if you guys haven't, back in the day when Taylor was like a lady of leisure and she just like used to make content for fun because she like didn't have to, she just wanted to. She had a series on YouTube called Tay TV and for some reason she refuses to take it down. And it's like seriously the most embarrassing content ever. It's my favorite when I get drunk.
Wait, which one is your favorite one?
The home tour.
Oh my God.
It's her home with her ex-husband. And she like, seriously, there are so many cries for help in the video. She's like, oh, like this is the den. Like we can't go in here because like doesn't let me drink red wine in here. Like I'm like, oh my God, she's not having a good time in this marriage.
Okay, here is the... am I okay? That was
I have seen your
how
animated
terrible
logo.
is that? The things we
Statue
do.
of Liberty is a unique choice.
Yeah, and it's giving Watch What Happens Live.
It is.
Yeah, I really need to get it together here.
Okay, by the way, this whole time you said you're going to show me the artwork. I want to see it. I have not seen it yet.
So we have the new art. So you were pivotal. Thank you so much.
A pleasure.
In the back and the forth, because it's a lot.
Yeah, and you see,
and you're busy.
When you're looking at pictures of yourself, like you see so many like things that, oh, that's terrible. And other people, I don't see what you see.
Yes.
You're just like, and not you specifically, people are just like hypercritical.
Exactly. Okay.
I'm so excited.
Here is the final product.
Obsessed. It's so country.
I know.
You look like big hair, denim. I am obsessed. That like grainy film that you put on top of it. Obsessed. It's editorial. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's really good.
And that's the picture you chose.
Yep.
You and I were fighting the good fight for this picture.
You look
and we won.
And I want to say, I know you didn't do this on purpose, but having bare feet on your cover art like is good for clicks. You will end up on some scary websites, but listen, engagement is engagement.
Listen, let's start the OnlyFans right now.
1000%.
I wish we started it yesterday.
Same.
Like, there's no shame in the foot game.
Literally not at all.
Let's do it. I think my parents could also be okay with it.
Yeah, we get this a lot actually when we do like our advice segment on the Toast. So many girls are like, listen, I really want selfie pics. Like the economy, like I can't afford eggs. And my boyfriend is like really against it. And I'm like, literally why? Your face isn't in it. Nobody knows that it's you. Like who gives a fuck? Like in this economy, we can't be so principled.
I agree. I think we should also start selling our used panties.
Well, that's different.
Again, no one really knows.
I feel
you
like
can make a killing, Claudia. I'm talking $10,000 for one grimy pair of underwears.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, to each their own. How about that? To each their own.
I mean, this rebrand's been expensive.
The thing is, as women in business, like we are the CEOs, founders, and janitors of we cover all the roles in our companies. And we sometimes have to make hard decisions. And if that includes selling like your soiled panties, then I support it because I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
You get extra for skid marks. Wait, by the way, have we ever discussed, I did this with Brian the last time he was on, Tay's gonna kill me because she's gonna be like, you're saying it again. Remember when we did, like, it must have been 2 summers ago, we did like a weekend at Brian's for, I think it was the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. And we got a group text from the house manager saying, you guys have left some items behind.
Yeah,
We have never discussed this in private.
Why?
Wait, remember when he sent the picture of the striped bikini bottoms? And like,
your memory's really good.
And Tay claimed them. And she was like, those are Tay's. And he was like, oh, go figure. Of course hers would have brown spots in them.
Oh my God, I don't remember this. That is seriously not cool. And if that's me, like, I'm ending it all. Like, take me out. Like, because I remember I left behind, and I remember Brian's house manager was so sweet. I left behind like a pair of fuzzy socks, like that you wear like to like around the house.
Yeah.
And they had washed them and put them in a Ziploc bag. I was like, I'll leave them here for you for next time. Like, it was so sweet. I'm like, it's literally a pair of socks like from Amazon. You can throw them out. Like, I literally don't care.
How nice
and they
for
took
you.
such premium care.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what you get when you don't leave like shit stained underwear
It
at your
wasn't
friend's house.
shit.
Sure.
It
What did she have for a period?
It was beginning stages of RIDS. That's way better.
I don't know if any of it's good. But here's what I'll say.
Well, we never discussed it.
We've all had situations like that.
Thank you.
I reference this story a lot, and the person involved like is still a friend, and I don't know if she like listens to my podcast or whatever, but like I do wonder if she ever knew. Okay, so Ben and I were staying like at a friend's house, like a
Oh God.
like a weekend retreat type
Wait,
of
just
thing.
like Gwyneth Paltrow shit the bed shit?
And the morning we were leaving, I woke up and I hadn't gotten my period.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's unfortunate. And it was like on the sheets, which is like embarrassing, but I'm a good house guest. Whenever I stay at someone's house, like I always strip the bed.
Right.
And I leave the sheets in like a pile in the corner. So no one's really going to see. They just pick up the pile and throw it in the laundry.
Right.
But when I stripped back the sheets, like I had left like an enormous period stain on the mattress.
Oh.
And the only thing I had in my room at the time was like a Pamplemousse LaCroix. So I'm like pouring the Pamplemousse onto the mattress, like scrubbing with a hand towel.
I can't.
Making it worse.
No.
And I just I put the sheets then back on the bed.
Oh.
It was like, and I just left the house. I ran out. I was like, thank you so much for this weekend. I'm having a crazy time. And I was waiting for her to like say something.
Right.
I felt really bad.
And then.
No, and I never heard, like, I'm still friends with this person.
Okay, she's still.
I never heard anything about it. I do know that the house actually was sold.
Maybe
I don't know if they sold it furnished. Hopefully not for the next
she probably
person.
sold it because of that. She's like, that's disgusting. I have to move.
Like, I'm just a girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just doing my best. I'm just doing my best.
And I also wore denim on denim for the relaunch, by the way.
Love.
Because of the toast.
When you came on the toast, you wore denim on denim, and the toasters were so obsessed with your outfit.
I broke the internet. So you and the toasters get full credit for this rebrand. I mean, you,
You're welcome.
Jackie, and the toasters, full credit for this entire rebrand. So
Love
thank
that.
you.
Love that.
Thank you so much for all of it.
A pleasure.
Okay, speaking of the toast.
Yeah.
You guys and your isms. I try to stay abreast, but you guys, you're just churning out.
We really speak our own language.
It's really incredible.
Thank you so much.
Gaji Podgy.
Do you need a refresher on
I need
some?
a refresher on some.
Okay, Garji Parji is the origins of Garji Parji are the words gorgeous.
Okay.
You know, Jackie and I pronounce things. We're like, it's gorgeous. They were like, it's garge, it's Garji, it's Garji Parji. And you can only say something is Garji Parji like when it's really gorgeous. And if it's like next level, like most insane thing, then it's just Parji.
So my cover art is
Parji. And you have to say it with like a really annoying, like weird accent, like Parji. Me and Jackie like curl our upper lips like Parji.
wait. What is also in the pipeline in terms of new lingo?
What else? We're really in our like Garji Parji era. We've been saying it a lot.
It's Gaji Podgy Fall.
It's Garji Parji fall.
I know that.
It was swirly summer.
Yes.
Like, over the summer we were saying girly swirly so much.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Not to make it about me.
Are you girly swirly?
Well, girly swirly. So you guys have been girly swirling for quite some time.
For quite some time.
But when we did the Dear Media IRL, which would have been what, in like early spring?
May.
So I was moderating it. So they were like, what do you want to call
the
it? And I
panel.
was like, girly swirly.
Yeah.
And so we did.
Yep.
But then you guys went on the tour, which we have to talk about. But it was girly swirly night out, which is so fucking brilliant. But I was like, wait.
Oh, now you're thinking that you invented it? Well, I can tell you, and we've said this many times on the toast, girly swirly was we always say the word swirly. It's like an inside family joke that I actually cannot share the origins
Actually,
of.
I know it.
You do?
You told me.
Oh my God, yeah. Like I will.
But I will
I'll tell
go to
you.
the grave.
Yeah.
I will go to the grave.
I will. Like we will never say it publicly.
Okay.
So as much as I want to give you the credit, like it's actually from like 2004.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
sorry.
literally try to trick, like, for everything.
No, literally
Am I
today on the
okay?
toast we were like talking about the upcoming hurricane, which is obviously horrible.
Horrible.
And then I had a way to make it about me.
Unbelievable.
And I actually think that like I took it too far. That was wrong. People are suffering.
That's
But
why we're friends.
I am who I am.
We were also talking about out in the hallway before how, like, you and I are, I think he called us animals.
Yes.
And how like we can never be the victim, even though like our cuts hurt too.
Yeah. And we were talking about it in respect to our respective partners.
Correct.
Because we both are married to people who like, I think everyone around them like would describe as like really sweet.
Yes.
The best. Oh, little Ben, oh, Taylor. Like everyone, and like everyone looks at us and our partners and it's like, oh, you're the animal and like your husband or Taylor is like the nice one.
Yes.
And so when it comes to like communicating things, I think because I'm loud and you're the same, like we have the same exact personality.
Yes.
Loud, and I don't want to use the word aggressive, but you know what I mean.
Do you think we're aggressive?
When we communicate, like we can't ever be seen in regards to our partners as like the soft one.
Right.
So it's like we're always being mean. And like I'm literally not.
I mean, the only time I ever saw you be mean to Ben.
Oh my God, when? I would love to know.
When we were at Emily's apartment playing that fucking game.
Code names, yeah.
And you got so mad at Ben.
I stand by that.
The only time we've known each other for what, a decade?
That I'm not even going to argue with you on. Like 100% Ben was being so dumb. Code names like really makes me into a horrible person.
Yeah.
And I just want to say like whoever was sitting across from me, whether it was Ben, whether it was you, whether it was my sister, like I would have been equally as mean to any of you. And like I stand by what I said. Like I'm really competitive. I'm kind of like a nightmare to play board games
You're
with.
absolutely terrifying. Like, I mean, the way I never ever want to play pickleball with you.
Right, exactly.
And against you is one thing. Your partner? Never again.
No, and I have seen you be mean to your wife.
Well, I was going to say, have you ever seen me be mean to Tay?
No.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, of course. Like 1,000 times. We've traveled together like many, many times. We're literally family. I have seen you. And like the dark passenger.
Oh, God, I do it.
You do it. Yeah.
Oh, I did it at Jackie's wedding.
You did do it at my sister's wedding.
Full effect. I just ran into Heather McMahon in LA.
Oh, she was a victim of you that night as well.
She was also a victim. And I was like, so Andrew Collins' wedding's coming up and she was not going to be able to go, but now she might be able to go. And I was like, I promise I will not do it again.
You need like a redo with Heather when it comes to weddings.
Good Lord. Yeah, okay, I forgot you saw it.
The good thing about you at Jackie's wedding was that, like, for you, it felt like everyone was talking about you. Seriously, like, so much was going on. Like, I think most people don't even know what you did.
Thank God. I flirted with your cousins.
And you took yourself out. Like, you ran and, like, threw your Chanel bag into an Uber and just, like, bounced, which was kind of the best thing you could have done.
I threw my Chanel bag on the ground in front of everybody. Like he-woman. Like I was so mad and I thought that throwing my own Chanel was going to somehow show Tay.
No one's talking about it.
Except for me.
Yeah, right. No one forgets because you don't let them.
Okay, wait. Back to Girly Swirly's Night Out.
Yes.
How was it different for you going on this tour versus like comedy tours? Because you are not new to touring, as you reminded all of us at the Beacon.
Yes. I am not. I have done like tons of shows and tours like by myself.
Yes.
Which like is the best. Like having people like want to come see you live is like, and I hate to even complain because it's like such a privilege.
Yes.
But it's really lonely and it's like really hard to be away from home, especially like I'm like I think some people have that wanderlust. Like I'm a homebody. Like me home and get me home now.
Yeah.
So I don't like crave that lifestyle. I think I crave a much more like balance. So it's amazing, but it comes with its challenges. And then also like being on stage by yourself, like you have nobody to throw it to if things go sideways.
Right.
Compared to being on tour with Jackie, like, oh my God. First of all, Jackie's like a lady. So when we like book travel and stuff, like it's just like there's a higher bar for luxury.
Love.
And like me, I'm all about the bottom line. Like when I'm on tour, like by myself, I'm like, I always get like nice, I travel first class and stuff, but I don't spend a lot of money on like lodging and stuff because I'm in and out. It doesn't matter. And like, I really want to make as much money as I can from that night. Like if I'm leaving, I don't want to have so many expenses.
Yes.
But now that it's Jackie and Jackie's really like a queen like that, we travel nice. We took a private plane. Like, we do.
The whole time?
No. Just like one time.
Do you take a private plane from your house in the Hamptons to the other location in the Hamptons? Can you imagine? That's like some Taylor Swift shit.
We did it. But like, because, Jackie really like, I think I want to get home soon. Jackie has 2 kids. So like, she's like, if we can potentially not even spend the night somewhere, she'll want to get back home. And so like I'm down, but it's definitely like a little bit more luxe. And then I'm also like getting to have this like amazing experience going on tour is like so, if you like, it's just the sickest thing like to be on stage and to do it with Jackie, like it's just so much better.
Why did it take so long for you guys to do a Girly Swirly Night Out?
Jackie and I did a podcast live show once, like 2019.
Yeah.
At Caroline's. And if you were there, like I'm sure you enjoyed it, but Jackie and I got off stage and we were like, that wasn't really good. Like we know what our skill set and like I think we wanted really to give people make it worth their time. And we just, because we do a daily show every single day.
Yes.
It's hard to then do a separate show that night and not repeat ourselves because everybody in the audience has heard what you have to say about what's going on in the world or whatever. So we did not do it until we really felt like we had gotten to a place where we had all these different games, all this different like inside jokes, all these different like this like toast lore.
Yes.
That we could have a really well thought out show and, you know, still do a toast that morning.
Right.
And so.
And you did.
And we did, yeah.
So good. I had chills. I was so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Because like having done it, it's not easy.
No, it's really hard.
And oh my God, the Beacon was like, it was next fucking level.
Yeah. And I think like live podcasting has really shifted. Where like now it's very much like podcasts in real life. Like you just bring guests and like that's really fun, but we're not a guest-based show.
No.
So that's like something we really can't do either. So we had a hard time and it took us a really long time to figure out what it would be.
Yes.
We didn't want to just like, I think not to be like obnoxious, but I think a lot of times when people do podcast live shows, it's just like a money grab.
Yeah.
And they don't put like a lot of thought into the creative.
Yes.
But I think Jackie and I are like really intentional about like people like a lot of our listeners are moms, like leaving their kids, spending the money on a sitter, spending the money on tickets. Like it really needs to be worth your while.
Yep.
And I feel like it is now and I'm like really proud of it. And I'm actually really glad that we waited.
You guys also do a song like every night. Yeah. And it changes.
Yeah.
How doth them pick the song?
We have a running list of songs that we think like people our age like die for, you know? So we're always like adding to it and stuff.
So good.
Depending on where we are, like if we ever do a show in like Nashville, it'll probably be like a little bit more country, right? So sometimes the location or like what's going on in the world will have an impact on it. But it's just like whatever the vibes are, whatever we're feeling like singing.
Also, you said you're not guest-based, which you aren't. But recently you've been having more and more guests.
Yes. So we stopped doing guests on our show a while ago. One, because I think like from a business perspective, we really wanted people, I think like and you can probably attest this, when you have guests on at a certain frequency, you have like a kind of, your numbers are not so stable. Like one episode will be really high, another one will be really low.
Correct.
And we wanted to like really have strong numbers. We wanted every episode to be, and we really get the same exact amount of downloads every single episode.
I believe it.
Because we're not predicated on like I want to listen to this because, you know, Kendall Jenner's on it. And then next week I don't know the person. Like we really like that people show up for us.
Right.
So we intentionally took a break from guests like about 2 years ago. That was also around the time that Jackie moved to Florida.
Right.
And we were really focused on getting our, because we filmed in person every day for like 5 years and then this bitch moves and I'm like, excuse me. So I was really focused on getting our setup, like our visuals, our audio, our video to be like on point.
And
consistent. And I was like, listen, throwing a guest into the mix, a third microphone, a third camera, I'm like, get out of here.
No.
So then like a couple of months ago, we felt like we really got to a place where our tech was on point. Our listenership was like really strong. And we were like, you know what? Like, let's fuck shit up. A lot of times, like, the good thing about not like having X amount of guests per month or per week is like we can say no.
Right.
Because there's nothing, and you probably know, like you just have a guest on like because you think you should, and like you really don't genuinely have anything to say. Now we have the privilege of like saying no to people. And like I'm sure some people would be like, I can't believe you said no to this person. It's like, well, I actually like wouldn't have anything to say to them.
Right.
So we have some really good guests coming up, which I'm really excited about. So I'm glad that we're getting back into it.
Can you give us a hint?
Yes, I can. When is this coming out?
October, like 17th or 18th.
Okay, so it won't come out yet. So as you're listening to this, like the day before I filmed with like somebody who's been on my dream list.
Okay.
I added her to my list probably 2 years ago. We're always referencing our list of like dream guests. So feel free to go look and take your guesses.
Okay, I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Can we talk about Pookie and Jet?
Of course we can.
So how did that even come to fruition?
I was at an event. And Ben was so late and he was like my +1 and I was like walking around by myself, which is the fucking worst. I like wanted to kill him. Not to blame everything on Ben.
I will say this though, you thrive in like an environment like that.
No, I really don't.
Realize you have like such confidence.
Oh my God, that's
for real.
Literally the nicest thing
I feel like you walk
up
to anybody in the room and be like, bitch, I'm Claudia.
No,
I'm in the corner like Blair Witch Project.
Crippled with,
No.
Yeah, I just like, it's not even like anxiety. It's just like awkward. I'm like, is everybody looking at me like she has no friends? Like I hated it. And so I was like being really chatty. I saw a couple of people that I knew and you know when like you're waiting for your like husband or partner to come and you like see someone you know, you're like holding on to them for dear life. I'm like, talk to me. How you doing? Talk to me till Ben gets here. So I'm like talking to a bunch of people and I saw Pookie and Jet and I was like, oh my God, I'm dying to say hi. I have DM'd with her like once or twice. When they started blowing up, I found out she was a toaster. So I was like, fuck
I'm
yes.
dead and also not surprised.
The the toaster to influencer pipeline.
Yes.
So many people who like blow up, especially on TikTok. Like I always find out, like Tinks, when she blew up, someone was like, she's a toaster. Girl Boss Town was a toaster. I have a picture with her at like a meet and greet of mine in Boston. Like it's just, I think if you listen to the toast, like you're really into social media and pop culture. So
yes.
you becoming an influencer is like not that crazy.
Stassi's a toaster.
Right. But that happened.
Major.
That happened after.
Yes, but still.
No, totally.
Yes.
So I knew I was going to say hi, but like I really wanted Ben to be there because like I just like felt awkward. So when Ben got there, I was like, we have to go meet Pookie and Jet. And he was like, okay. And I just went straight over and she was like so nice. She was like, oh my, like it was just amazing. And I really wanted them to come on the podcast. So I was like, do you want to come on while you're here? Like both of you. And Jet was like so down. I was like, fuck yes. And I got Pookie's number. And so I went home and was going to like text her to coordinate the podcast and stuff. But she was like, hey, we're going to Polo Bar tomorrow night and we have like an extra 2 seats. Do you and Ben want to join us? And I was like, yeah.
By the way, brilliant move. Brilliant. You go to any like city that you don't live in, always make a resi for 4, even if you're 2.
Yep.
So smart.
So smart. And we had the best time. Like me and Ben got so drunk. We were literally there. Have you ever been to Polo Bar at like 1 a.m? I didn't
No.
No, like literally we just didn't get up. We were eating so much, drinking so much. It was so much fun. And then we podcasted together.
No, I'm like really upset right now.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like you should be. It was amazing. And they're like exactly who you think they're going to be. Really nice
so
people.
Good.
Like really good and really like very grateful for everything that's happened to them. Like
yes.
It's really nice.
Wait, speaking of restaurants and being with your favorite people, drinking, having the best time ever.
Yeah.
We went to Corner Store.
We did. We went before Taylor Swift was spotted there.
She's copying you.
Good luck getting a reservation there now.
Right.
I've heard it's like pandemonium.
No.
The food was so good.
So good.
We saw Bethany Frankel with her ring light.
We did. Wait, but we also, I have not discussed this.
What?
We also saw somebody from my past at the restaurant. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow, you really want to go there.
Let me rephrase it.
You really want to go there.
I saw somebody from my past, and I'm not going to say who.
I want to kill you because you waited until this person who was at the table next to us, I had no idea.
Literally.
You waited until they left the restaurant to tell the table what was going on.
Yep.
Now, I know why you did that because we would have been like giggling, whispering, and looking and
Aren't you
staring
proud of
and
me?
pointing. But like, my God, can we have fun?
Listen, I just felt like I've thought about running to this person many a time, okay? And I'm like, how will I handle it? And so I've decided that if the person ever comes up to me, I will say this. Unless you were here to apologize to me, please turn around.
It's giving Charlotte York, I cursed the day you were born. Like, so funny that you have like a prepared line. I have a few people in my life I have a prepared line for.
Ooh, what would it be?
I can't tell you because it's like, I'll tell you afterwards.
You give me something. How many people?
Literally one.
Oh my God, I'm like 1.5 because one is adjacent to the other one.
Yeah,
So this person I saw was the adjacent one.
And we had no idea.
I know. And I don't even know, like my one could have been across from my adjacent one,
Right.
but I didn't even care to look. So I
That's
decided that aside from saying, turn around unless you want to say you're sorry to me.
I
that it
really
would
like
be-
that line though.
Thank you.
Strong.
That it would be cooler to.
Not cooler.
Cooler. Add it to the list.
Cooler.
Cooler.
I like that.
It would be cooler if I were to be like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I don't even know who you are. J-Lo, motherfucking who?
So I'm down, except
That I'm doing this right now.
well, of course, but only would it be believable to this person that you literally do not know who they are?
Yes, because you look so old and different.
Okay,
But you know what?
okay.
They don't.
And they're probably listening, so you're screwed.
Hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. I was very proud of myself. It felt like growth. It really
But
did.
I was very surprised at you being like so demure and mindful.
Oh my God, right?
I was shocked.
very demure.
Yeah.
I mean, I also did I act like I was thrown at all? Because it was very important for me to act cool.
no idea that you were having this like existential crisis, and I was sitting right next to you,
Yes.
and we were like having like a great time.
I could have leaned over and totally whispered, but just in the off chance that this person caught you looking and knew that I was talking about you.
Of course.
I want to be like, my fabulous famous friends don't even know you.
We're not a subtle group. Like if you tell me that
No.
there's like someone at the restaurant like that you have history with,
Yes.
I'm giggling, I'm pointing, I'm laughing.
But there was one point where we were all telling a story, or Tay was telling a story, and you were screaming about a story about somebody that is adjacent to this person.
yeah.
And that's when I was like, I think I said, shh.
But you gave me no warning.
Honestly,
How can I know to behave?
I think it's cooler.
I agree.
I think it's cooler. Cooler.
I agree.
Okay. What else do I have on the docket-tot?
Yeah, she came with notes. The docket-tot. Isn't that for babies?
That is for M. Radkowski.
Jackie has a docket-tot.
Excuse the docket-tot. That's the whole thing. Okay. Oh! Spritz. Okay, new flavor.
Yeah.
So, and tell me to shut up if you want me to shut up. But I can't help, but I love to stir.
Yeah.
And the way that I just love that Kyle Cook is probably crying in a corner.
Here's the thing, like dead ass, like I don't know Kyle Cook. I would say I have no problem with him, but like he said mean things about my husband.
Yes.
And I do believe he apologized to Craig, but he never apologized to my husband.
Unacceptable.
And like Ben is a precious person and like I will fight till the death for him.
Yes.
So in that regards, like I have a lot of hate in my heart for this person.
Yes.
And like I'm also a viewer of his show and like I hate him on the show too. But now I actually hate him like for a real reason.
Welcome to my world.
But in terms of like Spritz and whatever, like he's really not a non-factor. Like we had the best time working with Craig. Can I tell you, I've never, and I just had Craig on the podcast, so I've just had like a new fresh interaction with him.
I am so jealous. Tell me everything.
He is such a guy. Like I can't, he's such a nice person. I've known him for so long. He has always been so nice. He's of course like so handsome and we love like the page, like we love, but like really a nice, good guy. And he always brings me pillows and my whole studio like is filled with his pillows. And he brought me Hanukkah pillows, like so thoughtful. I will never have a bad word to say about him when it comes to like actually working. He is such a hard worker. He is like ready, booked, and busy with all these events for Spritz. Like he loves the product. He's just I don't have anything bad to say about him. It has been such a fabulous experience working with him and he's so excited about it. And like, it's nice to see like a guy, anyone, but like really a guy like get excited about stuff.
Yes.
And
it's
he's
very
just,
like, I feel like guys like to be like too cool for school.
Yeah. He's really like to its truest definition, a mensch.
He is. He's a Southern gentleman.
Yep.
I die for him. So
like the hype is so worth it.
So worth it when we got the promo box. So I like have had a couple dinners with Craig vis-a-vis Stassi and Bo. But like aside from that, like I don't think I've ever interacted with Craig as Paige's boyfriend, Craig.
On a personal level.
Well, that's not true. I guess I did once, but like, I love him.
So handsome.
So, and Taylor Donahue, low key, like madly, deeply in love. I think that he's her hall pass.
No, he has so many like female fans who die for him, and then you meet him and like you totally get it.
Oh, it increases.
And he will like wait out in the rain meeting every Southern Charm fan. Like he's a real mensch.
He is. And that's why him and Ben get along so well.
I think so too.
Two peas in a mensch pod.
And who like love their wives girlfriends so much and are just like good, hardworking. Like it's so true. I love him and the flavor is so good and he's so excited about it. It's just the best.
Lemon
iced tea.
Yeah. It's basically like an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, really paying homage to his Southern roots, very like sweet tea energy. You know, they love tea in the South.
I love an Arnold Palmer.
Do you?
Because I'm an avid golfer.
Right.
Correct.
Me too.
So same. Yeah, how's that going, by the way?
I haven't played in a while. Like seriously, I don't know what I was thinking.
Too good?
Like,
you were getting too good?
No, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just over it.
But I love an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
So it's
I love the vibes of an Arnold Palmer too. Like outside country club, like big chopped salad, French fries.
Is there anything better than a fucking country club salad?
No.
When are we going?
You have to come to my club.
I'm in. When does it close?
You mean like for the season?
Yes.
Like never. Like Ben plays golf literally in January.
That's gross.
If there's like one day where it's nice out, he'll just like wear a sweater. He's so crazy.
That's so crazy.
He's literally golfing right now.
Shut up.
He texted me. He's like, because he was supposed to be on a trip, like a work trip in Florida, but the hurricane canceled it. So he's like, my day is kind of free because I didn't like schedule anything. So I think I'm gonna golf. I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Are you okay? You're a widow.
It's so hard.
We're both sport ball widows.
We are, even though I'm really getting into sports.
Hey, is this still a thing?
Yeah, actually, and I've been texting your wife about it because I am really into
Please stop
baseball
doing
right
that
now, which is like a sport that I really am not familiar with, but the Mets are like doing well.
This is a betrayal on a whole new level. Well, first of all, I love what's his buns so much.
Pete Alonso.
Yes.
I know.
I used to call him Pete Alfonso.
That'd be so cute.
I love Pete Alonso. He's so cute.
The nicest guy ever.
But I'm not allowed to root for him right now. I can't vote for him because my wife's crazy about the Philadelphia's dins.
The Philadelphia's. It's so rude of me because like Ben is like low key, like really good friends with Pete who plays on the Mets.
Yes.
And like Ben always goes, but like I never like watch, I never support, like I don't watch baseball. And now that they're like having this moment, Pete like hit this like amazing home run. I'm like now like a bandwagon. I'm like, yeah, Pete, like get me tickets. Like
wait, so you're in, so not only are we into football now, we're into baseball? What's next? Basketball?
No, Ben's been trying to get me into basketball forever. Like it's actually boring.
Thank God. You know what's really boring? baseball.
No, the thing is like, I don't even so much like sports. I think my recent interest in sports is like tied to a deep sort of loneliness inside me.
Oh.
Because I love to like, and I always say this on the Toast, like I love to be a part of something. So if everybody's talking about something and watching something, I feel left out. Like,
you're zeitgeisty.
Yeah, and I, especially for my job, like it only behooves me to talk about like things that everybody's watching, like the World Series, like who fucking knows.
Right.
I love like being a part of stuff.
Okay.
So that's more what it is than like a deep interest in like sports and athleticism.
Would you say that Taylor Swift is the person who influenced you to loving sports, or would you say that you influenced her?
I would say neither. I would say like I was like getting into football before she showed up.
Yes.
Obviously she made the process a lot easier and more delightful, and we have to thank her for that.
Right.
But no, I'm proud to say like I was watching football before Taylor Swift showed up.
Was it you or Brian that said that Taylor Swift was literally copying everything that you did when we were at Corner Store? Or
Yeah,
like,
Brian said that.
It was Brian.
Yeah, Brian said like she's obviously influenced by me.
Is it?
And it's important to have friends around you who are so much more delusional than you. I think it keeps for like a healthy balance and a good life.
Speaking of Taylor, your best friend. How do you feel about her and Brittany Mahomes? I feel like you're a Brittany Mahomes apologist.
I am.
And I will say this about you. My favorite thing about you and Jackie, because you guys do this on the Toast a lot, I am such a hater.
So Jackie's always offering a different perspective.
Like, you guys are really good about being like, just like marinating or marinating? Marinating or marinating?
I think.
Marinating.
I think.
Yeah. Like just like getting all the juices.
Yep.
In your fandom and like your fangirlness. And because I'm older than everyone.
You've lived, you've seen things.
I feel like when I was in high school, it was cool to be not into anything.
Yes.
And then when I was in radio, it was encouraged to be an asshole.
No, and don't get me wrong. Like sometimes, I'm a hater to my core. Like, in the words of what is it, Teresa Giudice? You can hate, but I just love. I'm the opposite. Like you can love. I just hate. I am. But sometimes, and I feel like it actually happens a lot with our listeners. Like they really opened my mind because I was like talking about Brittany Mahomes once on the Toast, and like I was like, oh, like I don't know if I said anything. I was just like, I feel like she's annoying or whatever.
Correct.
And the Toasters who are from Kansas City are like, no, she gets such a bad rap. She does such amazing work for our community. Like she gets no credit, and like she does a lot for in women's sports and like in the Kansas City community. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool because she's not like ever bragging about it, so nobody knows. She lets people think she's like annoying, but she actually is like a nice person and a charitable person and a generous person. So it's like, that opened my mind up, and I was like, you know what? Why? Like I literally don't even know this person.
Which is so fair. I need to get some of that.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand it. I even did a solo podcast where I like waved a white flag and everybody was like, who are you fucking kidding? It's beige at best.
Yeah.
I just can't with her and I really don't know why. She must
you need to look inward.
Maybe
she must remind you of someone
who's either mean to me or maybe she reminds me of
yourself. I like that theory, although I don't think you guys are like even remotely similar.
No. I was just like really upset for a second.
Yeah. No, but that does happen a lot where like you hate someone so much and it's because, you see yourself in them.
Who do you hate the most right now?
Probably
Celebrity.
You. No, I'm kidding. Celebrity. Probably Mark Ruffalo.
Oh.
No, wait. Let me give a real answer.
Okay.
Like, because Mark Ruffalo, like I actually dislike on like a human level, but like we're just having fun now.
Right.
Like, wow, maybe I am like such a positive person. I can't even think.
What about like a housewife? It's usually really, I mean, they literally like on a silver platter give you a villain every single season.
Yeah, but okay, you know what? I'm watching Love is Blind right now.
Okay.
And I would say probably the person I'm liking least is that guy Steven.
I'm really not caught up.
Oh, okay. By the way, it's such a bad seson. Like, I would not encourage you
Don't
to
even
waste your
try.
time. Yeah, don't.
Remember, you were watching the UK one and you hated the guy. I literally posted, remember when they met and they were kissing and he had red lipstick all over his mouth?
Tom and Maria.
And so I posted like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. The fact that production didn't step in and go like, hey, you got a little.
No, the crazy thing is that she was a makeup artist and she, like, I'm sure she's done a million girls for their weddings and she would never let them wear a red lip and she would never let it be like a not matte, dried down lip. Like, she should know better as a makeup artist.
Yes, it was the
Maria.
best thing ever.
Yeah.
But you were like, I hate him. And I was like, oh God, what does he do? And then he did Like literally nothing.
Excuse me, he literally said she didn't have ambition because she was a makeup artist, and like normally he would judge someone with a job like that.
Forgot.
Before, like in the real world, and not
Correct.
date them. Excuse me, like, do you know how hard it is to be a fucking makeup artist? You're like hustling, running around the city all day long.
True.
While also being like a true artist. I thought it was the most fucking judgmental thing I'd ever heard. The fact that he said it out loud on TV, like knowing people were listening. Oh, I can only imagine what he says behind closed doors.
That's a very good point. Yeah. Okay, you're right. He sucks for that. But I will say.
And then like complaining that like his wife/fiance like wanted to be doted on and like have dinners paid for. She believed in like traditional chivalry, and like, she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and like take like a chunk of time off of work, and she's looking for a partner who supports that, like financially but also like emotionally.
Right.
And he thought like she was so unambitious for that. He was a dick.
He did. He thought that she was like such a freeloader.
He thought she was like a slob who wanted to lay at home all day. Like, oh my God, he so didn't understand women.
I will just say it though, as like somebody who's scared of having children and having that burden on my shoulders.
Financially.
I guess like there was a part of Tom that I like understood.
You saw yourself in Tom.
No, I related to
You are
the
Tom.
fears. To the fears.
You are Tom. Yeah, you should have said that.
Things you keep inside.
You are Tom.
Things you don't say, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, would you ever say that out loud, let alone on a television show?
Never.
Right.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah, for sure. That's why you'd make an amazing reality star. And let's be real.
I know.
Let's be real.
Do you think that I have villain energy? Don't lie.
That's a good question, because you have to, you know who totally changed my perspective on villains?
Go.
Shannon Ford.
Let's do it.
A lot of people don't realize, but like Shannon Ford,
Yeah.
we don't remember her for it now. Like we think of her as just like that fabulous influencer.
Yep.
But she got her start like on the scene being a villain on a reality show. And a lot of people really disliked her from that show. And she kind of made history eclipsing that. Most people never eclipse it and like never move on from it.
Yep.
Her and Hannah Berner, like they're literally the two people who have done it.
True.
But she really made me see villains so differently, because you think a villain on the show is like a mean person. Have you ever met someone nicer in your life than Shannon Ford?
There is no one nicer on planet Earth than Shannon
More
Ford.
generous, more kind, more complimentary.
It's almost like you're taken aback.
Yep.
You're like, there's no way.
She's so beautiful too.
Correct.
So I've totally shifted my perspective on villains, because like, and remember when Margaret Josephs was first on Real Housewives of New Jersey?
Yes.
She came in totally as the villain. And I was like, oh, villain. And when we were doing The Breath, she came by as a guest, and I was like, this woman is amazing. I fucking love her. And I was so at that time on Team Siggy Flicker. Like I was,
my God.
I know, this was like the soggy Flicker days. Like I was so on her side. And that was like the beginning of me and Margaret's friendship. I'm literally still friends with Margaret.
Yeah.
I was so wrong about her.
Yes.
So you really can't believe that. So you actually could be a villain, because in real life you are so amazing.
Thank you.
That like being a disgusting person in real life is actually not the reason someone becomes a villain on reality TV.
Correct. It's because like you're aggressive, opinionated, a straight shooter, which I don't know if I'm a straight shooter. I'm kind of a puss.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're a straight shooter either.
Oh my God, what does that mean?
But you're not like brutally honest to the point of being mean.
Oh, thank you. That's just
It was a compliment. It was a compliment.
shit out of me.
1,000% compliment.
Oh my God.
1,000%.
I just got nervous that like I'm like somebody who like you're like, what did I do?
You're like a liar. No.
Yeah.
No.
Because I always think the worst of myself.
Who doesn't?
Did I just lisp?
Listen, I wasn't gonna say it, but you did. So yeah, you did. You did. You had big ass lisp.
The worst of myself.
That's okay. Sally self by sure.
Yeah, I think that we need to reframe villains.
You know, Jackie had a big lisp growing up.
Get the fuck out of here.
She had speech therapy for it.
Wait, give it to me. Because there's all these, there's different kinds of lisps.
She maintains that like she just had lost her teeth at like in an unfortunate way. Like, so she for a while had like no teeth on her top like row.
So like missing like this.
Yeah, so she talked with a lisp because she literally had no teeth, not because she had a speech impediment or anything. So the speech therapy like worked, although she just maintains like her teeth grew in and she was able to talk normally.
She just needed a tooth.
Right. But yeah.
As a backboard for the tongue.
She might kill me for saying that, but I feel like we've said it on the podcast. She had like a big lisp growing up. So like we would like lay in our parents' bed, like all doing the activities with her, like Sally sells, and I'm like, bitch, it's not hard. Put your tongue back inside your mouth. You're disgusting.
Oh my God.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Not the little sister bullying the big sister.
Yeah, that's me. Animal
energy.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I think we should celebrate villains, because thank God for them. They give us so much entertainment.
That's so funny, because a friend of mine is, you know, Abe.
Yes.
He is recently taking on the task of watching all the Housewives. So
Where is
every
he?
time he's like pretty far up on everything.
Oh my
every time
God.
like something monumental happens, he calls me. And most recently we were talking about Lisa Rinna leaving the show. He just got up to that part in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And I was saying, I'm like, yeah, like she was the worst. Like I literally disliked her so much, but you can't deny that the season that after she left like was kind of dreadful.
It was.
So it's a necessary evil on a reality show to like have that person who drives you nuts. But if they're not there, and like you don't want them there, like you're like, that's a person off my screen.
Right.
And then they leave and you're like, wait, come back.
I mean, Mary Cosby's the perfect example of that.
But Mary Cosby, listen, Mary Cosby
mentally ill.
Mary Cosby was never my villain. Like, that's on you guys. I stand Mary Cosby to, like, Mary Cosby. Mary Bill Cosby. Mary Cosby, like, from day one, she's been a queen. Yeah, sorry, like, she can't talk or act, but I love her. And, like, she doesn't participate, and she's literally, like, the least active housewife on the planet. Love.
When she, with the new one, when she was like, what's her name? Bertini or Brittini?
No, Bronwyn.
No, the other one that who dates the Marie and Donny Osmond.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever
her stupid name is. She was like, who is this person talking to me? Oh, it's so
Me and
good.
Jackie are always quoting Mary Cosby. Little girl. When she called Whitney a little girl, and she was like, did you just call me a little girl? She's like, yeah, I did. Little girl.
She's so
Jackie
crazy.
and I are always saying that. She's insane. That's exactly, when they found her, they were probably like, perfect.
She's amazing.
If she would participate a little bit more, just the tiniest bit.
I think she got the memo.
That season where they went to Trixie's motel, and like she literally spent the entire trip on the Sprinter van. She like didn't get off. Like every time they would drive
go
somewhere.
to McDonald's to get fish fillet.
That was like funny, but she was so inactive to the point of like, what are you even doing here?
Girl.
Yeah.
I think she was like 1 foot out the door, and then I think something happened. She got bit by the bug.
Yeah.
And now
Maybe
she's
she needs the money.
She's game on.
Yeah.
She's ready to play. I'm so excited. I'm so obsessed. Claudia, I could talk to you for 1,000,001 years.
Same.
Let me just say, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for helping with the rebrand. Like, for real. And tell Jackie.
That's what friends are for.
Jackie, thank you too. You're really the mastermind behind all the brilliance.
It's true.
And I just have to say too, I really miss you.
And by the way, we didn't even acknowledge it. This is the first time I've seen you, like, since before the summer. Oh, no.
Well, we saw Corner Store.
We was at dinner. But then before that, I didn't see you all summer.
I know. Like, that's not okay.
And, like, the rumors on the internet were that, like, we weren't friends anymore.
Stop it. We're there?
You always know, like, we're due for a dinner if people are like, does anybody else feel like Claudia and Taylor aren't friends anymore?
Wait.
We will never not be friends. You guys don't have to worry.
First of all, I actually on the way here was like, maybe I should bring up that there was like makeup rumors that people said we weren't friends, but there were rumors.
Whenever I haven't seen you or Brian, everyone's like, oh, Claudia and Brian and Taylor, they're no longer friends. Like, we will always be friends. I feel
We're
like
family.
I feel like when we first became friends, like we were just hanging out every single weekend.
It was psychotic.
No, and it was amazing, but like we've all grown up a little bit. Like Brian has a kid now. He actually moved out of the city. So everything's different and everything's fluid.
And we've been traveling like non-fucking stop.
And then there are weeks where like we see each other like 3 times a week and then I actually won't see you for 3 months. So during those breaks, people are like, oh, they're not friends anymore. Like you guys don't have to worry. Like us and Brian, like we will never not be friends.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that publicly.
No, and there was a while when like I wouldn't see you and everybody would like send messages like, what's going on with you, Taylor and Brian? And I would like respond every time. But like we're like, please.
Cut it out. That's the whole reason we are friends.
Yeah.
Well, now we're not friends because you just did that.
Right.
We can never be friends again.
Why? You don't like that?
Uncle Joey?
It's not Uncle Joey. That's
100%.
It's Full House, but it's the blonde guy. Is that Uncle Joey?
Uncle Joey.
Why, is he bad? What did he do?
No, just because it's losery. Just so.
He's losery.
Beyond.
Cut it out. I'm sorry. It's everything. I need to add that to my repertoire. Because I'm always doing this from Camp Rock.
Whoa.
Do you know that one?
I'm old.
Whatever, Major Loser.
Oh, I got Welcome Major Loser to Loserville, Population 1 you.
Oh, I love that.
That's good.
But now I'm going to be doing Cut It Out.
Okay, fine. I approve.
No, I agree. That was Major Loser. You're allowed to call me out on it. Like, not the Full House reference. I'm really aging myself on this podcast. But that's also why I love being friends with you and why I will never be friends with you. Because let's just remember, Taylor is not 10, but 11 years older than me.
Yeah. 11. No matter how old you get, I will be a decade and a year older.
And so for that, the listeners never need to worry because I will always keep this grandmother around just to make me feel young.
I love you so much.
Not as much as I love you.
Girly girl.
Girly swirl.
Girly swirl. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you.
You guys, that is it for us. This is the rebrand, bitches. Let's get it together. So yeah, Taste of Taylor officially now Monday through Friday. And of course, in studio Thursday with a fabulous guest.
Like myself.
And it was apropos that Claudia kicked off everything.
It was.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
I love you. That is it for us. Rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. Until next week, bye girl, bye.